G'day guys, this is Captainoob here, and this is the RU556. So this is a highly customizable rifle that you can get as a standalone mod for either Xbox One or PC. So let's go ahead into the attachments and see what this bad boy can do. So we've got a whole slew of attachments here. We'll be attaching the powerful automatic receiver for the best damage and best rate of fire. Can't do anything to the barrel, so we'll move on with that. For the stocks, we've got a twist between a couple here, so we'll go for, why not, the unfolded stock. It gives us improved recoil control, and we might actually need that. So let's go ahead and get into the mags here. We've got the mag pull ranger here. Extended ammo capacity, improved reload speed. Yeah, why not? Alrighty, so for the sights, you know what we're going to do. We're going to chuck the Airy Tech sight onto that because the holographics is awesome. So for the muzzle, we'll definitely chuck a suppressor on. Not only will that give us better damage, but it will make us nice and stealthy. So we've got a choice between grips here, so we'll go ahead and chuck on the vertical grip. That should be fine. Each of these has their own benefits, which is pretty good. And we could go and chuck on a flashlight if we wanted to, but I don't feel like it, so we'll move on. And we can chuck a laser sight on the other side, so we'll definitely go ahead and do that. Now we can offer this thing upgraded damage just offhand here, just if the thing isn't going to do enough for you. We might get to that later, but for now we should leave that as it is. And you get a whole bunch of materials which you can paint your gun in. We'll go for the bee camo because bees are awesome. Alrighty, so this thing also sports legendary effect little thing, but we will not be putting any legendary effects on that just yet. This is what we'll be going to using the rifle like, and let's go find out what happens. Alrighty, so here we are in Gunners Plus. Let's go test out the RU556 and see how we do. As you can tell there, it's got a custom drawing out animation, which is really good. But curiously, this weapon has absolutely no recoil at all. I don't have to compensate anything, I just point and click. So that's rather interesting on the modder's part to do something like that. Oh well. We'll roll with it and just see how we go. So not having to control the recoil means I'm free to just sort of point and shoot at whatever I want and don't have to move the mouse around as I'm firing, which would mean getting headshots might be a little bit easier, as long as they're not all staggering around like that. Maybe the Deadeye effect on this would be excellent at getting many headshots. As you can see there too, it's got a little bit of a running animation as well as reloads too, which is really nice. Have one quick look at that before we go ahead and take on the turret section. As you can see, it's a pretty solid animation, making good use of the suppressor here as we're going to sneak attack kill most of these people in here. Too bad the laser sight doesn't give your position away like it probably would, but whatever. Perhaps the gunners aren't as perceptive as they think they are. Even while hip firing, this thing has no recoil whatsoever, so pointing and shooting is the way to go when it comes to this. Coming up here, next to this gunner in here, should have no problem taking her out. There we go. And coming up on the last couple of gunners here, we'll go ahead and sneak again just to make this over with a little bit quicker. Should be nice and hidden. Now the fact that it doesn't have any recoil whatsoever is probably meaning it's going to be really good with a long range scope at pretty much all ranges, where your aim wouldn't ever get thrown off by anything to do with recoil whatsoever. So maybe that's something I could take a look at before this video is done. But for now, we'll take out these turrets. Just one more to go, and we are done with Gunners Plaza. So as you can tell from that little bit of gameplay, this thing is going to set you up very nicely if you're planning to take on mobs of any sort. High level, low level, shouldn't matter at all. Let's go move on to Swan now and see what we can do. Okay, let's take this point and click adventure game to Swan and see what we can do. So we'll go ahead and just sneak, and I probably don't even have to aim down sights. This weapon will do all the recoil compensating for me. So I should have no problem taking him out as I slowly back away and backpedal from his giant hammer. So as you can see there, we've got about half of his health down, and if this would have been a night condition, I would have definitely taken more precautions there, and he'd have been dead with stealth criticals by now, simply because he's a huge dumbass and heaps more unperceptive at night. So we'll go ahead and take him out from long range here, and this thing does quite good damage. I mean, it's in the realms of the vanilla weapons, but it's nothing too overpowered, so Swan should take a decent amount of time. As long as we're sneaking, we might actually do it quicker though. So we'll try to keep the sneak attack criticals coming around, and hopefully this weapon's range isn't too destroyed or bad. Hopefully it matches what we're shooting at. Looks like we are. His health is going down nice and fine. So we'll go ahead and hide behind some trees as he makes his way towards us. And we're back into combat, so time to just get a little bit more distance on him, break that line of sight, then go straight back into sneaking, and we should take him out just fine. Now, depending on whether he was aggroed by the Mirelurk that jumped up a little bit down there, we should be able to get easily some easy sneak attack crits on him and finish him off nice and easily. There he is. Man, feels strange shooting a gun with absolutely zero recoil. Like, there's not even a visual recoil on the screen either. There's just the gun shifting back and forth as you're firing. But all of that said, there goes Swan. That's him dead. So definitely a pretty damn good weapon, even without legendary effects or any damage improving sliders on it that you saw during the loadout bit. So there you have it. There goes Swan. We'll chuck on a legendary effect on this now and see what we can do against a more deadly target. Alrighty, so I've gone ahead and chucked the Furious effect on the RU556, and I'm going to talk about whether this thing is immersive as I take down these Deathclaws. So the question here is whether this thing is immersive in your Fallout 4 game, and I think same time yes and no both applies, because while we are on like an alternate timeline in the lore of Fallout, it's possible that these things could exist, but at the same time it doesn't really match with the slew of weapons that are already in the game, which the ballistic ones look kind of old and generic. Rather, this looks really modern, so it doesn't really go well with the art direction in the weapons. You gonna do anything, Deathclaw? Obviously not, okay. And a swing and a miss from the big boy, and down he goes. Okay, like I said, this weapon doesn't really match the aesthetics of the weapons that are already in the game, but it does look good. But I think it's just too much of an outlier in terms of the looks to make this fully immersive. But to each their own. You might think different. Let me know in the comments as I go ahead and we see in transition, and we'll go ahead and use a different legendary effect to take out the next monster. Alrighty, so I've gone ahead and chucked on the plasma seeking effect, and we're going to use it to take out this giant Mirelurk Queen over here. So we'll go ahead and lock on and we'll start shooting. Easily done here. So the Mirelurk Queen is kind of tanky, so it's imperative for us to just sort of back away as we're doing this. Hopefully we can get enough sneak attack criticals to make this quick, but she usually detects us pretty fast. Right now we'll go ahead and test out this thing in VATS just a little bit, since this has been on the back burner of the video. You can tell there that while it's not the most generous weapon in VATS, it certainly is nice and accurate and gets the job done. Now the problem is we're drowning in Mirelurk acid here, which is doing a number on my health bar, but we should nice and recover once we get into the water. Probably not though. I don't think the Fallout mechanics are a little like that, but whatever. So we'll lure these bugs into play, and hopefully they'll go ahead and attack the giant Mirelurk Queen that's around. Or something. Something got our attention, which is nice. But now I've got all these bugs to deal with, as well as the big old Mirelurk Queen. So I've completely screwed that idea. Okay. That vampiric blood bug is going off to take on the queen, I think. Something strange about the blood bugs in this game is that they actually seem to do some guerrilla tactics. If they're low on health, they'll actually fly away like you see this fellow doing over there. We'll take him out nice and quickly. We'll use that sweet locking on effect to take out the Mirelurk Queen from afar without even having to aim. Well, as much as you can aim with this weapon anyway. So to get out of the shower of Mirelurk spit that's currently raining down, we'll go ahead and keep on the move. Hopefully we can keep her at bay for long enough so we can actually kill her, because those sneak attack crits are coming in nice and handy now. Now that we need to arc the shots a little bit, we'll just lock onto her and fire into the air just like that, and that should help get those shots on when she's currently out of line of sight. You can do this too with missiles, which is a pretty cool tactic, I reckon. Hold on, looks like I've been found by a ghoul. And there's the drawback of a lock-on seeking weapon, is that if you're trying to shoot at something and you're currently locked onto another thing, yeah, you're not going to be shooting the thing that's right next to you then. But okay, looks like we've gone out of its sight again, which is a pretty good deal. Not very perceptive today, must have busted its head or something because she's not detecting me very well. Or maybe she's not actually able to get up out of that thing, which is probably a distinct possibility, knowing my Alert Queen's pathing skills and pathing skills of enemies in general in this game, but whatever. As you can tell though, she is extremely tanky. It's taking us many bullets to go ahead and kill her, but she should be done pretty soon. We'll go ahead and get nice and close and do another VATS round on her face, just because I want to mess it up some more. Is a face only a mother could love. I'm sorry, my Alert Queen, that's just the way it's gotta be. And dodging those pools of acid that's gushing out of its spouts, I suppose. I think this my Alert Queen is near the end of its road. Got her action points back, might as well hit it in the face once again, for that little bit of bonus damage that you get against my Alerts with face shots. Although it's probably not a good idea at this point, seeing as I've got very little health points left and any acid that could be dropped on me now would be bad. But I could stand in it and get Nerd Rage going, so that's a definite tactic I should actually do just to make this nice and quick. Only problem is whether the effects will last long enough for me to actually kill this thing. Okay, that looks like we're good. There's going to be no lingering damage here, and we can take out the My Alert Queen nice and easily as it dies in slow motion. Nice. Oh, look at its face. Man, the physics are strange in this game. But there you have it. That was the RU556 rifle, and it is a pretty damn good one. The only foreseeable flaw for this weapon could be its recoil patterns, which are non-existent, which makes using this weapon a little bit boring, but it has the power to back up, so maybe if you're on console and don't feel like controlling recoil at all, maybe this is a good bet. If you'd like this weapon for yourself and play on Xbox and PC, check out the description, links will definitely be there, so you can get this yourself. Thanks for watching, guys.